Hello, all my Scorpio babies, and welcome to your bi-weekly general reading. I am going to start right now. Now, as always, if you have not already done so, go ahead and subscribe and make sure you ting that bell so you're notified when I go live or when I upload new videos. Okay, guys, now I've had to move these cards and stuff around a little bit because the camera was trying to autofocus on me really bad. So, okay, this first card is what you're leaving behind. The second card is what you're continuing. Third card, who or what is coming into your life. This fourth card, what is coming in for your relationships. This fifth card, what is coming in for your career. The sixth card, what is coming in for your overall personal growth. And the seventh card, what is the overall general advice for you for the next couple of weeks. Now, as usual, if you guys would like a private personal reading with me, you can go to astrologyoils.com. You can see the link down there in the bottom right-hand corner. The link is also in the description. Alternatively, you can go to Facebook at Astrology Oils on Facebook. While you're there, make sure you like the page and you can see my schedule and book with me right there on Facebook. And don't forget about the learning group. That is still open and free to join as well. Okay, let's see what's going on with you guys. Okay, you have the 10 of water. And you have the Magician. Okay, now the 10 of water is all about communication. And just in case you didn't know, Mercury is going retrograde, so we are really feeling it, and things are really up in the air, especially when it comes to communication. I mean, just to take an example, it has taken me 3.5 days just to do 12 readings on here because of all the technical difficulties I've had with this with my equipment. So when it comes to technical difficulties in communication, I am having serious issues right now. Thank you, Mercury. But with this, it is telling you that there's someone that you need to get a hold of and fix things with. You've let some fog get in between you, and you've got some distance, and this person you've been thinking a lot about, and believe it or not, that person's thinking a lot about you too. So go ahead, reach out for this person and try to work things out with them in the next couple of weeks. And you have the Magician coming in as well in the next couple of weeks, offering you assistance to help you to manifest anything it is that your heart desires, and to remind you that you already have and possess the resources you need, the intelligence, the passion, everything that you need, you have already. So don't be afraid to go ahead and try to manifest anything that your heart desires. Okay, now what you're leaving behind. Okay, you're leaving behind any regrets, anything that you have wished that you had done and you hadn't done. You're learning to really move forward instead of looking at the past. And you have the Page of Vessels coming in here, helping you to do that, bringing a little bit of fun into your life. And this person is really a intuitive and inventive person. So they make learning fun. They make work fun. One of those type of personalities that are coming in here for you. And you're also leaving behind the lack of structure, the lack of a plan for what you want to do. So all of that right there is really good energy for you guys to start off. Now, what you are continuing. Okay, you are continuing some really good vibes when it comes to your relationships. Now, the Two of Cups sometimes means, true love coming at you, but it can also mean, in general, unlimited possibilities when it comes to any relationship that comes in at this time. And you also have some issues with frustration. You're not focusing, and all this frustration you think is coming from outside. It's not. It's coming from you yourself. You are not gathering your power and strength and focusing it. You are just, putting that arrow in and letting it fly and hoping that it hits something. You can't do that in the next couple of weeks, or you're just going to end up more and more frustrated. So try to really focus on what it is that you want. And when you really focus, especially when it comes to work, you really hit the bullseye when it comes to great opportunities and unlimited opportunities when it comes to your finances or work. You have new opportunities coming at you that you're really going to want to narrow in and focus on. Now, what is coming, what or who is coming into your life? You have the Death card. You're moving around. Things are coming to an end, and you have new beginnings coming up for you. And it's good things. The things that need to end are ending, and the things that you really want are starting up for you. And the Five of Vessels here is showing you ecstasy. Whatever this is, it is the best thing that could ever possibly happen in your mind. This is your pure pleasure, but you need to be careful because you have the Five of Swords coming in here, and people are going to be getting jealous of the things that you have. They want those things, so you're going to have some people that may be a little bit backstabbing you at some point in the next couple of weeks, trying to mess you up at work especially. So just be careful about that. And of course, you have more moving on, really cementing when it comes to your relationships. You're moving on to the next big step in your relationships. This is the Wheel of the Year, which signifies moving on and moving into the next logical step, next logical process in that relationship. And you have the Knight of Stones, and this is represented by the horse. And the horse is really swift energy, but it's also extremely attentive and knows, can see things that most would miss, especially swift moving action. So it can pivot at any point in time. So the way I'm looking at this with your relationships is that you really have to keep your eye open. Things may be moving on to the next logical step in one relationship, but in another one, you're going to have to pivot and move and try to get away from some kind of issue with that relationship. And again, you have the Wheel of Fortune coming in here, really cementing these relationships in the next couple of weeks. So you have a double Wheel of Fortune when it comes to your relationships. And the horse is really loving energy and supportive energy. They run in herds, so they really are supportive, loving. So that could have a lot to do with your relationship as well. But still, watch out for that little pivot point that you might have to do. Now, what is coming in for your career? Okay, you have the King of Pentacles. Now, the King of Pentacles loves to share his time, his money, his resources, and really make sure that everybody has what they need. So when it comes to your job, really look to upper management if you need something, and this King of Pentacles energy is there to provide to you what you're going to need in your career. And you have the Green Man with that, and the Green Man is basically the same kind of energy. Whatever you want, the Green Man wants to give to you. So make your wish and tell him what you need, and he will do whatever it takes to get you what you need. And you have the Son of Swords coming in here to bring you information on this career move and on which direction that you want to take your career. What is to come for your overall growth, personal growth? Now you have the Hanged Man here. The Hanged Man is saying when you run into problems, just give it up. Give it up to the divine, give it up to God, give it up to the universe, and they will. And somehow, I know this is weird, but somehow the universe will help you solve those problems. A lot of times, if you've ever been stuck on something and you've just, thrown your hands up in the air and said, you know what, I'm done, I can't do it anymore, and you walk away, and like an hour or two later, the answer just hits you in the head, and you go back and it works perfectly. This is kind of what the Hangman is all about. Don't stress yourself out too much over certain issues, because it's just going to cause you more frustration than necessary. Okay, and then you have the Four of Bows coming in, and this is all about celebration. Um, and when it comes to your personal growth, I think this card is telling you to, when it's time to celebrate, really put your heart into it, really celebrate, because you really have things to celebrate about. You have worked really hard to get to where you're at. You have had a lot of problems. I feel like you are just coming out of a little bit of a dark spot, maybe. And you really, you really deserve to celebrate. So don't judge yourself, and, leave that up to other people. You have the Judgment coming in here. So if whatever issues you have been dealing with, they are going to be solved this week, but they may or may not be in your favor, but either way, they are going to be fair, and they are going to be just. Now, what is the overall advice? Okay, you have the Strength coming in here, and this is saying no matter what is going to happen in the next couple of weeks, no matter what comes charging into your life, you have the strength to deal with it. You know where you're at. You are feeling like you're right where you're supposed to be at this point in your life. Things are starting to go your way. You're turning things around, and you're really secure at where you're at. And you have the Stag coming in here to back you up, and to say, this is long-term energy. This is courageous energy. This is, where you're supposed to be. This is the path you're supposed to be on. And if you need help, turn around, because all of these people that are, in this drawing, like the Father of Swords, the Magician, the King of Pentacles up there, they all have your back. The Green Man. So don't get yourself too frustrated, because the Strength energy is going to be in long-term energy. That Stag has that feeling of the long term. And you also have the Hierophant coming in to help you along the way with information, and whatever information you need, especially when it comes to something that has to do with the soul, or your life's purpose, things like that. The Hierophant really likes to bring you information on that. So if you're kind of stuck on something and you need some more information, call on the Hierophant, and they will come and help you out and help you gather that type of information. Now, I hope you have enjoyed that reading. Before you go, watch more fire or water sign videos. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment on this video.